The wedding dress hung perfectly in the corner of the dressing room. 3 days until the ceremony, everything planned down to the last detail. But when Ellen asked Emma Rodriguez about her wedding planning, her answer stopped everyone cold. "I planned my funeral instead." Emma Rodriguez, 29, sat in the interview chair wearing the forced smile of someone carrying an unbearable secret. 3 days before her dream wedding, she'd received news that shattered her world: stage 3 breast cancer. The dress that should represent her happiest day now felt like a costume for the performance of her life. The Ellen DeGeneres Show had invited Emma during their Love Stories week to share her romantic journey with fiancé James Mitchell. Their story had gone viral: high school sweethearts who'd been together for 12 years, planning the perfect wedding that their whole community was celebrating. What Ellen's producers didn't know was that Emma was sitting in that chair carrying medical reports she hadn't shown to anyone. The diagnosis had come on a Tuesday, the wedding was scheduled for Saturday, and Emma hadn't found the courage to tell the man she loved that their fairy tale might be ending before it truly began. The irony was devastating. For months, Emma had been planning every detail of their wedding day: the flowers, the music, the vows they'd written together. Now she found herself researching oncologists and treatment options instead of finalizing seating charts. "Emma," Ellen began warmly, "tell us about planning your dream wedding." Emma's smile flickered. "It's been intense. So many details to coordinate." Ellen nodded enthusiastically. "I bet. What's been the most exciting part?" "Honestly," Emma paused, "I've been more focused on other things lately." Ellen sensed something beneath Emma's surface. "What kind of other things?" "Planning for the future," Emma said carefully. "Making sure everything is in order." Ellen felt a shift in Emma's energy. "That sounds very practical. Are you nervous about the big day?" "Terrified," Emma said, and for the first time her honesty was complete. Ellen leaned forward. "Wedding nerves are completely normal. What specifically are you worried about?" Emma's composure began to crack. "I'm worried about what happens after." "After the wedding?" "After everything," Emma said quietly. "After the honeymoon, after we settle into married life, after—" Ellen realized Emma was struggling with something deeper than wedding jitters. "Emma, is everything okay?" "No," Emma whispered. "Nothing is okay." The studio fell silent. Ellen recognized the weight of someone carrying a devastating secret. "Do you want to talk about what's wrong?" Emma looked around the studio, at the cameras, at the audience expecting a happy love story. "I don't know how to say it. Sometimes the hardest things to say are the most important," Ellen said gently. Emma took a deep breath. 3 days ago, I went for what I thought was a routine checkup." Ellen felt her chest tighten. "What happened?" "They found something," Emma said. "A lump. They did a biopsy immediately. And stage 3 breast cancer," Emma said, the words falling like stones into water. The audience gasped audibly. Ellen felt the air leave the room. "Emma, I'm so sorry. When did you find out?" "Tuesday," Emma said, 3 days before my wedding." Ellen struggled to process the timing. "Have you told James?" "No," Emma said, tears beginning to flow. "I haven't told anyone." Ellen realized the magnitude of Emma's isolation. "You've been carrying this alone?" "I couldn't ruin his happiness," Emma said. "He's been looking forward to this day for months. His whole family is flying in. I can't destroy that." Ellen felt overwhelmed by Emma's selflessness. "But Emma, this affects your future together." "What future?" Emma asked. "The doctors said we need to start chemotherapy immediately. There might not be a future." Ellen realized Emma was protecting James from grief while drowning in her own. "What did the doctors tell you about treatment?" "Aggressive chemotherapy, possible mastectomy, radiation," Emma said. 6 months of hell, and even then, no guarantees. "And you haven't shared any of this with your fiancé? How do you tell someone you love that your wedding day might be the last good day you have together?" Ellen felt the impossible weight of Emma's decision. "What were you planning to do?" "Go through with the wedding," Emma said. "Give him one perfect day before everything falls apart." Ellen realized Emma was sacrificing her own need for support to preserve James's happiness. But Emma, you need support right now. I need him to be happy, Emma said. Even if it's just for 3 more days. Ellen made a decision that felt both necessary and terrifying. Emma, what if James wants to face this with you? Then his life gets destroyed too, Emma replied. Or maybe his life gets deeper meaning, Ellen suggested. Emma looked at Ellen with confusion. What do you mean? Marriage vows say in sickness and in health. Maybe this is when those words become real instead of just ceremony. Emma shook her head. But he didn't sign up for this. He signed up for you, Ellen said. All of you, including the parts that are scared and sick and human. Emma was crying freely now. What if he can't handle it? What if he leaves? What if he surprises you? Ellen asked. What if love is stronger than you think it is? Emma looked around the studio. I'm scared, Ellen. Of the cancer. Of losing him, Emma said. The cancer might kill me, but losing him would destroy me. Ellen realized Emma's greatest fear wasn't death, it was abandonment. Have you considered that by not telling him you're already losing him? What do you mean? You're protecting him from reality, which means you're facing this alone. That's not a marriage. That's martyrdom. Emma was quiet for a long moment. I just wanted our wedding to be perfect. Perfect weddings are fantasy, Ellen said. Real marriages are built on truth. Even when truth is terrifying, Ellen made a decision that felt risky but necessary. Emma, James is here today. Emma's face went white. What? He came to surprise you. He's backstage, waiting to come out and talk about how excited he is to marry you. Ellen, no, Emma said, panic rising. I'm not ready. When will you be ready? Ellen asked. After the wedding? After the honeymoon? After the first chemo treatment? Emma realized Ellen was right. What if this ruins everything? What if it saves everything? Emma looked toward the wings. Is he really here? He's here because he loves you, Ellen said. Let him love all of you. Emma nodded slowly. Okay. But Ellen, I'm terrified. Of course you are. But you don't have to be terrified alone. Ellen gestured toward the backstage area. James, would you like to come out? James Mitchell, 30, emerged from the wings carrying flowers and wearing the biggest smile anyone had ever seen. When he spotted Emma, his face lit up with pure joy. Surprise, James said, walking quickly toward her. I wanted to tell Ellen how lucky I am to be marrying you in 3 days. Emma's heart broke watching his happiness. James, sit down. I need to tell you something. James noticed Emma's tears for the first time. Hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? No, Emma said simply. I'm not okay. James immediately went to her side. What happened? What's wrong? Emma looked at the man she loved, seeing his concern, his immediate willingness to comfort her. James, 3 days ago I went to the doctor. For your checkup? How did it go? They found cancer, Emma said, the words feeling foreign in her mouth. James stared at her as if she'd spoken in another language. What? Breast cancer, stage 3. I need to start treatment immediately. James's face went through a series of emotions. Shock, confusion, fear, then something Emma didn't expect, determination. Okay, James said firmly. What do we need to do? Emma blinked. What? What do we need to do? James repeated. What's the treatment plan? Which doctors? What can I do to help? Emma stared at him. You're not running away? James looked genuinely confused. Why would I run away? Because this changes everything, Emma said. The wedding, our future, everything we planned. Emma, James said, taking her hands. The only thing this changes is our timeline. We deal with this together, and then we live our lives together. Ellen watched this exchange with tears in her eyes. James, Emma was afraid to tell you because she thought you might leave. James turned to Emma with disbelief. Leave? Emma, I've loved you for 12 years. You think cancer is going to scare me away? It might kill me, Emma whispered. Then we fight it together, James said without hesitation. And if we lose that fight, At least we lose it as a team. Emma sobbed. But the wedding will be the most meaningful day of our lives, James finished. Emma, do you know what for better or worse, in sickness and in health means? It's just words in a ceremony, Emma said. No, it's a promise, James replied. A promise I'm making 3 days early. Right here, right now. Ellen felt the power of what was happening. James, are you saying you still want to get married on Saturday? I'm saying I want to marry Emma right now, if she'll have me, James said. Cancer doesn't change how much I love her. Emma looked at James with wonder. You really want to marry someone who might be bald and sick for the next year? I want to marry you, James said. Healthy, sick, bald, beautiful, none of that matters. You matter. Ellen realized this was bigger than a wedding story. Emma, how are you feeling? Like I've been holding my breath for 3 days and can finally breathe, Emma said. James turned to Ellen. Can I ask you something? Of course. Do you have any connections with oncologists? Because Emma's going to need the best treatment available, and I want to make sure she gets it. Ellen smiled. As a matter of fact, I do. And Emma, if you're willing, I'd like to help coordinate your treatment and make sure you have the support you need. Emma was crying again, but these were different tears. You would do that? I would do that because what I'm seeing here is love in its purest form, Ellen said. And that's worth fighting for. James looked at Emma. So what do you say? Do we postpone the wedding, or do we move forward? I want to marry you, Emma said. I want to marry you and then fight this thing together. Then that's what we'll do, James said. Ellen made an announcement. Emma and James, the Ellen Show wants to give you something. You've already given us so much. Emma said. We want to pay for your cancer treatment, Ellen said. All of it. So you can focus on fighting and healing instead of worrying about bills. Both Emma and James were speechless. And, Ellen continued, we want to throw you the most beautiful wedding reception after your ceremony on Saturday. Here in the studio, with all your family and friends. Emma and James looked at each other. Then at Ellen. We don't know what to say, James said. Say you'll let us be part of your love story, Ellen replied. Yes. Emma said through tears. Yes to all of it. The studio erupted in applause, but Emma and James only had eyes for each other. I love you, James said. All of you. The scared parts, the brave parts, the sick parts, the fighting parts. I love you too, Emma replied. And I'm sorry I tried to protect you from this. Don't protect me from your life, James said. Share it with me. That's what marriage is. Ellen watched as they embraced, knowing she'd witnessed something extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what real love looks like. The episode aired the following week, after Emma and James's wedding had taken place as planned. Their wedding photos showed Emma radiant in her dress, James beaming beside her, both of them glowing with the knowledge that their love was strong enough to face anything. The response was overwhelming. Thousands of viewers wrote to share their own stories of love surviving crisis, of partners who'd fought illness together, of marriages strengthened by adversity. Emma began chemotherapy 2 weeks after her wedding, with James by her side for every treatment. Ellen's promise was kept. The best oncologists, the best treatment, all of it covered. 6 months later, Emma and James returned to Ellen's show. Emma was bald, but radiant. James was tired but happy, and both were glowing with the news that Emma's latest scans showed no evidence of disease. How has marriage been? Ellen asked during their return visit. Hard, Emma said honestly, but incredible. I learned that love isn't about protecting each other from pain. It's about sharing the pain so neither person carries it alone. James nodded. The cancer was the worst thing that ever happened to us, and also the best thing. It showed us what we're capable of together. Ellen kept their wedding photo in her office, 2 people promising to love each other in sickness and in health, meaning every word. It reminded her that sometimes the most beautiful love stories are born not from perfect circumstances, but from the choice to love anyway. Because real love doesn't run from crisis, it runs toward it. It doesn't wait for perfect timing, it creates perfect commitment. And sometimes the strongest marriages begin not with "I do," but with "we will." Emma Rodriguez learned that hiding from love to protect it only weakens it. James Mitchell learned that love tested by crisis becomes love proven by choice. And together, they learned that the most powerful wedding vow isn't spoken in church, it's lived in hospital rooms, in treatment centers, in all the places where love chooses to show up. Their cancer journey lasted 6 more months. Their marriage will last a lifetime, because when love survives its greatest test, it becomes unbreakable.